Have you ever wondered what a little yellow alien experiment would get up to if he hijacked his way into Disneyland Paris? Uh, Come with us. We will show you. First off, we had to go visit the original boss, the my personal favorite character. Sorry, Ruben, and that is Stitch. Obviously, the cousins have got to meet, got to get together, have a little hug, have a little dance party. Of course, and Ruben obviously was just as excited as I was. We did have a little bit of a wait. Stitch is one of the most popular, arguably after the princesses, Stitch is the most popular character in the park. So we did have to wait a good 3 hours, but it was more than worth it. Had a little dance, number of hugs, gave Stitch his treat. It was Halloween, we did not pull any tricks, we only gave out treats. And yeah, it was a truly, truly brilliant start to Ruben's day in the park. Once we'd finished seeing Stitch, we made it just in time for the end of Disney Stars on Parade. Here, Ruben is he's trying to figure out who his favorite princess is. At the moment, we're thinking maybe Belle. He enjoys the yellow of her dress, it matches him. He's also thinking, you know what, one day it would be nice if Ruben could have his own float. Or maybe we could have a Lilo and Stitch float and he could be part of it. But I think a Ruben themed float would be pretty awesome. Once we'd finished watching the end of the parade, we quickly ran across the street and grabbed some lunch. For once, this little sandwich-loving experiment did not want some sandwich. He was eyeing up my Mickey-shaped dessert, which was really good. But we thought, that's a really cool way, but what else do we want to do? It's Ruben's first day in the park. So I suggested we head onto the railway and take a little tour around the park. Figure out, have a little scope, where do we want to go next? Ruben had a great time here. To be fair, Ruben had a great time on most things. You'll see coming up later. Interestingly, we did get adopted by this random Spanish family who were equally as bemused as we were when this random Cheshire cat bounder and her little yellow experiment turned up. But having explored the railway, obviously I should have seen it coming. Ruben wanted to go explore Discoveryland. He wanted to go to the space-themed part of the park. I think he thought Space Mountain might get him into space. I don't know if he was disappointed or not, but hey, he did really good though. He did really well. Here we're actually walking away from the main queue because Ruben is little enough that he doesn't count as a companion, so we got on the single queue, the single riders queue, which I highly recommend anyone doing if they're in the park. Even if they're with the group, just go do single rider just for the queuing experience. You are above, you literally queue above the rides themselves, and not quite pictured is a great view of the rest of the park. We took in a little bit of culture, had a little bit of a theatre show, before we headed to Star Tours. Again, he's still very much on the space theme at this point. A little disappointed that Space Mountain didn't get us into space. Maybe Star Tours would? We enjoyed it. It was fine. Very briefly, didn't film very much, but we did watch the Halloween parade, and then we met up with Cruella, King John, and Belle, spotted very briefly in here. And we then spent the duration of this queue with Ruben hyping himself up that he was gonna go and he's gonna experience Haunted Manor. A lot of support given, a lot of emotional support given from Cruella and Prince John here. He's doing his best. He's hanging in there. We did have to let some people go in front of us as he had a brief moment where he thought he was going to chicken out. But he was good there. He got in there, and then the doors closed, and he immediately started regretting all of his life choices. Personally, this is one of my favorite rides after Space Mountain, but Ruben, nope. Just as before we got on the ride, he was like, he noped out. He was like, nope, nope, and he spent the duration. But that's okay. We overcame it. We had a quick sugar boost before we decided, you know what, let's just do a couple more rides, just to prove that he's a brave little experiment. So we did Thunder Mountain. As you can see, our tag-alongers, they're continuing with us for the rest of the day. And then we decided, you know, okay, let's give him something a bit nicer, a little less exciting. And we did the Snow White ride, and I think this was Ruben's favorite ride. I think this was his favorite ride, definitely. He had a great time. He was dancing along, he was singing along. I will say, after all the excitement of the day, he was still a little bit queasy, so he was not up for the salad, although he did try to steal Corella's Magnum. We pretty much ended the day in one of the best ways we possibly could, where we took in the light show and the fireworks, and we all had a great time. Very, very impressed, as always, with just how many people you get in the park. We stayed about at the end of the night to let everyone filter off, and then took some little pictures for Ruben before he settled in for the night, and just so many people. But this is how Ruben spent his day, and we hope you enjoyed it.